Another banger.
What's up, YouTube? Imagine moving 40-foot containers across war zones. Then one day, swapping it all for cargo vans and corporate contracts. That's Anthony's story. From West Point to the front lines of logistics, disciplined hit his entire career. And why sometimes the best career advice comes from family, man. So again, tap in, family. Enjoy the episode. Thank you so much for being here today. Right. Hello, everybody. Jumbo. Welcome to another episode of Echoes from the Motherland. And today I have a special guest, Mr. Anthony, who's a logistics guru. We're going to talk about some really impactful topics today about how to be successful in the logistics world, how Anthony got started, and how his business is doing today, as well as some of his really disciplined military background. So, Anthony, welcome to the pod.
Oh, thanks, Kuya. No, glad to be here and welcome, and looking forward to talking about logistics and some of the challenges and things that have been impactful for my career and business. But I bring a military background and civilian, commercial type logistics as well. So looking forward to the discussion.
Awesome, cool. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you watch the episode all the way through. Please hit like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below as well. So let's jump right into it. So today, Anthony, everybody is chasing a job right now, but there's one industry that keeps the world moving quite literally, and that is logistics. And so it's creating real wealth for those who are doing it the right way, even though it can be a hustle, because I know that. And so I would love for you to kind of, share some of the stories and, some of the lessons that you learned in your own life. And, we can kind of just kick it from there. So I suppose my first question to you would be, what does this industry actually look like today in terms of just like a day-to-day and hustle of being a logistics company owner?
Yes, so my experience has just kind of been just really learning how to actually make things happen within your own team. I started really about 20 plus years ago. I was a U.S. Army transportation officer, active duty. So, my introduction into transportation and logistics was really at such a massive scale, just moving 20 and 40-foot containers, large pallets of cargo. But then when I transitioned to the civilian world in about 15 years, that then led me to a bunch of corporate opportunities, and then more recently in the last 6 years was able to get a contract to where I have my own independent business that operates out of cargo vans and bigger vans, to where I'm working for a contract, and that's really bringing cargo in a much smaller scale in the terms of packages. Really, I went from delivering really large things like vehicles, large shipping containers, to where it's more, it's at your doorstep. So I would say, my military background, there's a lot of discipline and structure that can be applied to moving big cargo all the way down to just a box or an envelope, which is what I do in my business, and I've been doing the last six years. So I would say, just being able to move anything, move something, whether it's big or small, there's a lot of principles that you have to apply and work throughout both worlds.
I love the answer, Anthony, and thanks for that. I think to segue into maybe the next question, I think obviously with your military background, you have a lot of discipline, and so what actually pushed you to go into logistics in the first place? Was it just a particular opportunity, or was it like out of necessity? What was that one thing that was like, this is kind of something I want to study, where I want to get into, and then obviously something that's not going to go away at all.
So great question, Kuya. So for me, a lot of it just goes back to my older sister. So I graduated from West Point, and my older sister was a year ahead of me. And I remember when it came time to decide, hey, what branch do you want to, try to join in the military? I remember I had no idea. I knew more so what I didn't want to do. and I'll never forget it. So it was like I was going into my senior year, and I called my older sister, who was a transportation officer in the active army, and I said, "Hey, Julie, like I don't really know what to pick," and I'll never forget. She's just like, "Well, you should just do transportation," and I was just like, "Yeah, I guess I'll do that." So that's how I ended up joining my older sister. Just said, "Hey, just basically do what I do," and I followed her into it. And um, I'm glad I made that choice because I really do enjoy the career. But yeah, if my sister didn't just tell me, "Hey, you should just do this," I don't think I would have done it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome that you had somebody who was essentially like a mentor right in the family, so that's pretty cool. Also, Anthony, thanks for your service. People take that for granted. I personally don't think I would ever be in the military for any nation unless it's to protect my family. So you guys do some pretty impactful work out there. So again, thank you for continuing to serve the nation, man. So that's awesome, bro.
But, appreciate the support, and for me, it's just I still have fun doing it. After 20 years, and I'll either get kicked out or I'll be too old to do it, or I have to leave. But yeah, for me, it's more than a job. It's a lot of fun, and always enjoy doing it, and still am doing it.
That's awesome, man. Keep on at it. I think you're pretty happy with what you're doing. A lot of people just do not have that in their career, so that's fantastic.